So you're running a high-stakes boss fight. The party's battered, spells are running dry, and then, BAM! Your big bad unleashes a legendary action, catching the rogue off guard. Panic, chaos, and most importantly, excitement. That right there is the magic of monster stats used well. Welcome back to Monster Mechanics. Today we're cracking open the Dungeon Master's Toolkit and breaking down how to read, understand, and use monster stats like a pro. Whether you're a new Dungeon Master struggling with stat blocks, or a veteran looking to refine your monster tactics, this video's got you covered. We're going to go deep on armor class, hit points, saving throws, special abilities, and how to turn a pile of numbers into a truly terrifying foe. Stick around, because by the end of this, your monsters will fight smarter, hit harder, and leave a lasting impact on your players. So let's start at the top. The big three: armor class, hit points, and saving throws. Armor class, or AC, is the monster's first line of defense. It tells us how hard it is to land a hit, and in turn, how a fight will play out. A low AC means the monster gets hit often, so it probably has high HP or resistances to balance things out. A high AC means players will whiff more often, forcing them to think creatively or rely on magic and tactical positioning. If you've ever had a fighter curse under their breath because their attack rolls keep bouncing off an enemy, you know the pain of high AC. Next up, hit points. HP determines how long a creature can stay in the fight. A monster with a high HP pool, like a troll, can soak up damage for days, but what makes it really dangerous is its regeneration. Meanwhile, a glass cannon like a Mind Flayer has fewer hit points but is a nightmare if left unchecked. Don't be afraid to tweak HP on the fly. If an encounter's dragging, drop it. If the fight's too easy, maybe that boss suddenly gets a second wind. And then we have saving throws. These are a monster's second layer of defense. If it's got good dexterity saves, don't expect it to get caught in a fireball easily. A high wisdom save? Good luck charming it. A well-placed saving throw can completely change a battle. When choosing spells, players should always be watching for the monster's weak saves. As a Dungeon Master, knowing these saves helps you plan resistances and vulnerabilities. So don't just throw them out at random, use them to craft a smarter fight. Now let's talk skills. A monster's skills tell you how it behaves outside of just punching things. High stealth? That means ambush tactics. Perception? It's alert and hard to sneak up on. Deception? Maybe it's a manipulator, lying its way into the party's trust. Use these skills not just in combat, but in roleplay to make creatures feel alive. And then we get to the fun stuff, special abilities. This is where monsters shine. Whether it's a dragon's breath weapon, a beholder's eye rays, or a banshee's wail, these are the abilities that make creatures more than just bags of hit points. The key is using them intelligently. If a monster has a recharge ability, don't spam it. Save it for the right moment. If it's got multi-attack, think about targeting different players to keep them on their toes. And for the real heavy hitters, legendary actions. These bad boys change the flow of combat. Legendary monsters don't just take a turn and wait, they're a constant threat. They might strike out of turn, move to better positioning, or unleash a devastating attack right before a player lands a killing blow. When using legendary actions, stagger them, spread them throughout the round so the monster stays menacing at all times. Now that we understand what these stats do, let's talk about how to use them effectively in encounters. First, balance. You don't want every fight to be a slugfest. A monster's stats should match the encounter's purpose. Are they meant to be a deadly threat or a speed bump? Don't just look at challenge rating. Think about how the monster's abilities interact with the party's strengths and weaknesses. Second, actually using those abilities. A monster with high mobility? Use the environment to give it space to move. A spellcaster with counterspell? Don't just have it react to fireball. Bait the players into wasting their spells. Play your creatures like they want to win, because your players sure will. And last, environmental factors. Fighting in a cramped cave versus an open field changes everything. A monster with burrow speed? Use it for hit-and-run tactics. A flying enemy? Force-ranged combat. The setting should work with the creature's abilities, not against them. The best encounters make players think beyond just their attack rolls. So, what have we learned? AC determines how often a monster gets hit. HP tells us how long it survives. Saving throws define its resistances. Skills show how it behaves. Special abilities make it unique. And legendary actions keep the pressure on. Use all of these together, and you're not just running a monster, you're creating a cinematic, unforgettable battle. Now I want to hear from you. What's the toughest monster you've ever thrown at your party? How did they handle it? Drop your best war stories in the comments below. And if you like this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more DM tips, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode of Monster Mechanics. Until next time, happy gaming, and may your dice always roll high.